Okay then, so we have just sealed the rust. A bit of that. I've also done all underneath there as well with some rust inhibitor. Okay, so we just started over there. So now then I've cut a little bit of tin plate and I'm just going to tack it on to start with and see what it looks like. Okay, bear with me. Good evening again, back under the bus. So we've put a plate on over there. So just welded a plate on and painted it all over. So that's cool, done. But what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at trying to figure out, where are you? Can you see this? How to get rid of these bloody rust holes here. Now, so this is like the old, I think you'd call it the battery box, I'm not sure. But it's gone down the side here and up on the wheel arch inside there as well. Okay. Now do remember, this isn't a restoration. This is a patch it up. This is a patch it up job, and so we can use it. Okay. So now the problem here is that is the wing there, and I don't really want to burn any of the paintwork on the wing. So the first thing I think I'm going to do, I'm going to take out the rear light so I can see it from the inside as well, and then I'm going to scrape off as much of this under seal as I can and see how much metal I've actually got around here. Okay, first things first, we'll do this step by step. I'll take the rear light out and yeah, scrape off some of this insulation, and I will come right back to you. Okay, so in my experience, the best way of doing something like this is to get as many tools as you can and just put them all over the floor, so you have as many trip hazards as possible. Okay, so once you've got that sorted out, you can get the rear light out of the way. And the problem is with me, I think, God, I hate bodywork. Have I ever told you how much I hate bodywork? I'm absolutely crap at the stuff as well. Still never mind. Right, okay, so rear light out, so now we can see in there through the light hole, and we can see where the rust holes are. But to be fair, my welding is nowhere near good enough to be able to do that from the inside. There just isn't enough space. So I am going to have to do this from the outside. Okay, so it does mean getting back under the bus. Yes, you do need a breathing mask on, eh? We are creating just a little bit of dust in here. Bloody hell. Right, okay. So, having nearly got the fire brigade called because there was so much smoke coming out of this, I've actually ground away the insulation. I found the easiest way of doing it was with a couple of those on the end of the grinder, and that got rid of the best part of it. And yeah, so now I've got some metal that I can weld to. This is nice here, very good. I'm hoping that I've got enough around the edge. So I think what I'm going to do with this particular thing, now can you see that? Yeah, good. So you can see it comes down the inside of the wheel arch here, and then it goes along the bottom here. I'm going to do this in 2 bits. I think probably be the easiest way of me trying to do it. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is cut this crappy bit out, but leave as much, or leave some on the edge that I can actually weld to. Okay, and then I'm going to replace this bottom plate here. Now I couldn't get the grinder all the way in around the corners, so I've had to use a screwdriver to scrape away the insulation, and I haven't got very good metal there, so I've got to find a way of cleaning this up a little bit so I can actually get a weld going to it. Okay, but in the first place, okay, 2 bits I'm going to do this in. Now again, you know, I'm not a professional at this sort of crap. There will be better ways of doing it, I'm sure, and I'm not showing you how to do it. I'm just showing you how I'm going to do it. Okay, so let's cut this bottom bit out first. We'll leave that in and we'll cut the bottom bit out. Oh, I need a break. Give me 5 minutes. Right, so I've cut cut off that crappy bit there. I haven't gone any further back than that because inside here there's a bit that comes down the top. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to weld a plate on and then I can paint it from the inside so I can get to the back end of this. So I'll paint it, or rather I'll weld a plate on and then I'm going to paint it with rust inhibitor from the back, and I should be able to seal all of this crap then anyway. Okay, so let's find a bit of tin plate and cut it into shape. Okay, so first cut it out with a bit of cardboard and then we've cut a bit of tin plate. It's going to go in here. It'll sit in here quite nicely, as you can see. So now we've got it's going to be really hard to do with the phone. So where we have metal to weld to, so this is along here, look, you see, we're a bit limited. So we're going to do what they call puddle welding, and we're going to drill holes in this bit of metal that we're going to fit, okay? And then we'll kind of like just spot weld it back in again. So what I've got to do, I've got a pen, but I can't do it at the same time as holding the phone. So I'm just going to put some little dots along here where I have metal underneath it and drill some holes. Okay? Okay. Bear with me. Right, okay, so we have drilled it round and cleaned it all up. So let's have a go and see if we can actually get the thing to stick on, shall we? How exciting, eh? Right, then, so we've managed to get this to stick. Now this was bloody hard work. I had to drill these holes bigger here in the end because what was happening, where this bit of metal was so nice, the weld was just sticking to this and it wasn't sticking to the bus, where the metal's a bit crappy on the bus. So I drilled these out to around about a 6mm hole in the end. Then I managed to do it. It took a while though. I had to sort of build up from the inside of the hole working outwards. And it does look a bit, oh, excuse me. Oh, I burnt my belly. I'm laying under the bus. I kept getting spots of weld on my belly. But it's on there. It's on there good. All of the welds have stuck really well. And yeah, I think that's a success. What we'll do, I think we'll maybe grind it off a tiny little bit, but not a lot, because we're going to cover all this in gunk anyway, aren't we? So one bit on. Let's make a bit to go this side. Crack on, crack on. And what I forgot to show you, oh well, I'll show you now, is we didn't burn any of the paint on the outside. So absolutely awesome. It's done exactly what we wanted it to do. Okay, so we'll do a bit of cardboard aided design, and we'll make a bit of metal to go up on the inside of here, and hopefully we'll try and do the same thing. Okay, let's do it. Nice job, look at that. See, when you've got nice metal to weld to nice metal, it's not so bad at all. Okay, let's have a look and see what we've done. So, hello. Comfortable under here. Right, so please do remember, this is not a restoration. This is a patch-up job, okay? So we've managed to then weld a plate on here. Fantastic. And then we made another plate. And where's my torch? where are you? Where are you? That's not the right place, is it? We've made another plate and welded another plate up on the side there. Okay? So we've got a plate going up there, we've got a plate going across the bottom, and they're joined together. Now, some of the welding looks right manky. I had to, up here, I had to drill some really big holes in this. Shit, it's still hot. I had to drill some really big holes in this bit of metal here and work my way outwards so it's stuck properly to the bus. But the point is, we've managed to do it. So we've managed to do all of this. I haven't burned any of the paint on the outside of the van. I don't know if you can see it from there. Yeah, and we've managed to patch up all of the holes that were down here and all of the holes that were up there. So what we're going to do now, I'm not even going to clean all of the welds up. I'm just going to leave them exactly as they are. And I'm going to paint over it to seal it, and then I'm going to gunk it underneath as well. So we'll do that. Well, I'll paint it now anyway, and then I'll gunk it when the paint's dried. And then we'll see the end result in a minute. Okay, bear with me. Okay, once again we're back out. We haven't done anything for a while now because it's been so freaking cold out here, and time does not get much of an opportunity to do it. However, we have done this. Okay, lovely. So painted some wax oil on it. This side. Job done, perfect. And as I said before, we did it without marking the paint, which is absolutely fantastic. Which was the plan, wasn't it, after all? We've done the other side as well. Let's go and have a look. The other side wasn't so bad. The other side was a bit more of a patch-up job, as you'll see. So when I scraped off once I got the under seal off, and you can see it's just a couple of little plates welded on there. Brilliant. So that's done. So now then, we are going to turn our attention to this chassis. And this wasn't quite. This is a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward getting to it. That's for sure. And you can see what I started to do in a minute. Oh, get there. Oh shit. Okay, so we've got this horrible hole, or these horrible holes in the chassis here. And yeah, my plan then, what I'm going to do, you can see I just started cutting this off. I'm going to cut this manky bit off at the bottom, and then we'll have a look and see what we're left with. Okay, let's get on and do it.